Hey guys, another fun episode. We're going to dive into what it really means to have a high vibe business vision.
Welcome to your High Vibe Business. I'm Laura DeFranco,
And I'm Donnie Bovine.
and we are here to help you create your badass high vibe business.
What does it mean to have a high vibe business? It's that business you're excited about. It lights you up and it helps you unleash that inner badass and really go for it.
You are a lover and a warrior, and you're here to change the world with your business. We will give you the strategy and resources you need to take this all to the next level.
You shouldn't do this alone. Start hanging out with other badass entrepreneurs and watch how fast your business grows.
You guys, Donnie Bovine runs a successful coaching and speaking business, and he's spent over 2 decades mastering sales.
And Laura DeFranco is an expert healer, 2 times business owner, 6-time published author, and spoken word poet.
Together, we're here to help you create your high vibe business. So yeah, Donnie, this is like, okay, I'm thinking back to my first business and all the people who said, you better have a business plan. You better do this. You're doing it wrong if you don't have this business plan. And I kind of want to know what it means to you to have a business vision and how that's different than a business plan.
No, I love this. This is going to be such a fun topic. And here's the thing. Let me put it out there first is I go against some of the normal business and I don't have a business plan for my business either. Okay. And the reason being is
I gasp? What? You don't have a business plan, Donnie Bovine? Come on.
But here's why. And I say this in certain business circles, like when I'm out on stages a lot of times where I'm in these big executive meetings and I laugh every time somebody says business plan and stuff, all the heads turn at me. And for me, just a business plan alone is something you're building to fail, because you're going to put your marketing strategy.
I got to stop and quote that. Seriously, say that again, just one more time.
Your business plan is something you're building to fail.
You guys.
but because it's the truth, because when you try and plan everything out like about your business and put too much structure to it, it's going to break and fall apart because everything's going to move too fast. So my philosophy on this is very, really, really simple. Is you got to have a vision. See yourself where you want to be. See yourself where you want to go. And forecast that vision out there. And then you can create your strategies and micro steps along the way that's going to get you there. Because I know, and running a business, shit moves fast, especially in this day and age. And 1 minute you're like, okay, this is a good portion I'm doing in my business. And then the next minute it's a whole nother direction and portion. But if you don't have that vision out front as kind of that guidepost.
Yeah.
Right.
I need you to help my people here.
Okay.
And so this is the deal. Like, what if I were to just tell you that back when I opened up Bodyworks Physical Therapy, I thought I had a vision? Like, what are the components of that maybe I was missing? I mean, I had my business name and I had an idea of how many people I wanted to see every day in my practice. So what was I not doing?
So 2, probably the vision you set out to accomplish in your soul, you didn't believe was going to happen. I think you were probably challenging yourself on.
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate. I certainly knew this was going to be successful, and it actually was pretty successful, but it ended up in massive burnout. So like if I had, I've been a pretty positive person and I kind of knew it was going to work. I knew I would make it work. I'm that kind of person. So I'm just going to play devil's advocate.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah. I love it. So let's look at your business. And you were building this physical therapy practice that somewhere along your journey, you thought this was your path, this is your dream, this is what you want to do. Same thing I did in the sales game. right? I spent 20 years in sales, being a sales trainer at the end of it, helping other people. At no point did I check in with myself and go, is this really where you want to go? Is this really what you want to do? Is
Yes.
this the thing that gets your rocks off? So I
Yep.
challenge most people that when they're setting their vision, they're not weighing it against their own self awareness of what they
Yes.
want to do in life. Because I think, hindsight, they always say, is 2020. When we get to a certain part, we look back, we're like, of course I shouldn't have done that.
Uh-huh.
Right? Of course I shouldn't. So I think for it to be a real vision of what you want to do, it's got to be that vision of freedom. It's got to be that vision that gets you to that lifestyle that you have been aiming at. And the problem with that, the same token, is that vision that's out front is scary as hell,
Yeah,
right?
it
And I
totally
think
is.
if your vision doesn't freak you to hell out, then you're not setting the right vision.
And, so here's my little spin on what you said. I think we don't know what the hell we want at that first stage.
That
And
is
so,
absolutely true.
and sometimes what we want is what we've been taught we want by all of the outside influences, parents and teachers and coaches, moving up as we kind of grew up and became an adult and started to think about having a business. The why was the wrong why. And so the vision was off. Even if it was a vision, it was off, and it was off in many of the ways you said. It wasn't really after that ultimate freedom or the ultimate lifestyle that the bigger dream. It was just that first step dream. We like, okay, we can make this happen. I've got the passion, I've got the drive. But it was actually what everybody else taught you wanted, and it
Yep.
really wasn't that bigger thing. I've written a little bit about this, but you're actually now clarifying for me why my vision was off that first round.
Yeah. And then hear me on the second portion of the vision. I think that is so important is the vision is what's the problem you're solving, right? So it's your freedom. Where are you getting to? And then what's the problem you're solving for either your clientele, yourself, or the world, right? What is that big thing you're doing? And I think when you put your freedom lifestyle and you put that what's the pain, the problem you're solving, now you can start painting a picture. So let's go back to your physical therapy practice. What problem were you solving in the world with your physical therapy practice?
Well, I was getting people out of their pain, is basically I was helping people feel
Right.
better,
Okay. So hear me on that. When you say that, that's so microscopic and
I know.
individually based, right?
I get it.
Right.
Yeah, I
So
get it.
when you're talking vision, you're talking out there. So if you were fictitiously right now, say you're going to open up another physical therapy practice, what is a bigger vision you could set for that business to set it up for success? And I'll help a little bit. It could be, I want to build this business so it runs without me.
Yes, I
Right.
totally get that now, of course,
Right.
because you can always look back in retrospect. And, so there on in my journey came Grave Healer Productions, which is what a piece of what you guys are enjoying right this minute. And my voice is out loud on a podcast to the world online. The vision is so much bigger than that last business, when I was sort of that different person. And we do evolve and we learn, thank God, and we grow into this. But yes, and I know a lot of my healer colleagues created their plan, or their vision, maybe if they thought of it that way, but it was based on something so much smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem is they're building their vision off of what they currently know. And when we do that, most of us somewhere along our journey lived our life small. We lived it in and kind of this was our ceiling. This is where we were. And then something happened and we decided, wow, we were meant for so much more. So on one hand, we're thinking, oh my God, I'm going to change the world with my gift, my talent, my things I'm doing. What we don't do in that moment is shift our mindset to come along for the ride. right? Our
Yeah.
mindset is still stuck on the small thinking when we're telling ourselves that we are going to be doing these great and fantastic things.
Yeah, so here's the devil's advocate again. Donnie, what's wrong with my small vision? I just want to have this small practice and just, in the corner of my home here, and I'm good. Like, I'm happy.
So you're happy only helping just a couple people.
Yeah, it's good. Like, if I help one person, I'm good enough. Like, I'm just,
I get it. I get it
yeah.
because a lot of people are thinking, I just want my small little space. Well, here's the truth. You're not stepping into you and delivering your gifts to the world. And I'm going to be really, really blunt. So sit it back, people. If you're not delivering your gifts en masse to the world, you're being fucking selfish.
Mm.
You have talents, you have gifts, you have genuine abilities. You need to deliver that gift in mass to the world. You can't bottle that shit up and just keep it to yourself and do it a couple people. It's fucking selfish. It's like
And
go ahead.
just, so I want to remind people if that's triggering you, it might be because you actually haven't taken a look at that deeper burning passion inside that's been telling you this message for a long time, and you were getting in the way of it because content was good enough for you.
Yeah,
So you were just okay going on in your life, just content and happy, but not like turned on and tapped in and just, blissed out. Like, so some of us have not given ourselves permission to feel those deeper, bigger, louder feelings. And we're just okay where we are. It's scary as hell to think about expressing yourself out loud in the world like that at first. And that is, I think, that's the brave healer journey for sure.
well, and something else I want you to think about. Going on mass doesn't mean you have to be the person on stage addressing millions. It
That's true.
could simply be you become the teacher and the guide to teach others how to go deliver your message,
I love that.
right?
Yeah.
So your mission can be, I want to impact and change the world and do something amazing by teaching others how to use my talents and gifts and go deliver the message to the world.
Yes.
You
Train the
know,
trainers.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So but the trick is if you think small and if you think microscopic, then you'll stay that way. I truly believe everybody's soul, their vibe, their energy, whatever you want to call it, wants to unleash, right? They it really wants to go big. And I think if people were real with themselves, that they would really look inside, that they would embrace. Now, this is also coming from a very extroverted person, right? But they would also, if they would really step into it, they would see that the world is like waiting with bated breath for them to just step forward, pick up the sword, and say, "Let's go to battle."
Definitely.
You know,
Definitely. I mean, even owning a business is about being a warrior. It is a healing journey. And if you're not evolving along that journey, you're staying kind of stuck. You're staying a bit small. That's the awareness, and there's going to be a feeling inside that you're feeling every day. And it's not going to be a super great one, about that.
well, and I'll tell everybody this, and Laura's gonna always, and one thing you guys gotta know, Laura will always play my interpreter because I'm gonna come blunt and straight. But small thinking's what got you where you are now,
Yeah.
right? And so if you don't evolve that level of thinking to up your game, then you're going to be looking down the road 5 years from now and to be in the same exact spot that you currently are, because complacency and comfort is the death of a business.
Yes. Here's one of my very favorite writing prompts to up level this. If you had unlimited resources today, right now, in terms of time, money, any kind of resource you needed, what would the vision be? Okay. And let yourself play in this playground of unlimited resources, you guys. What would that vision be? And go big. And most of the time, you won't even go as big as you could go, but you got to start somewhere, right?
Well, and I know we're talking about vision, but here's a great way to know you're thinking small versus thinking big. If you're looking at what she just said, if there was unlimited resources and you think, God, how would I ever get those unlimited resources? How would I ever get that business? How would I ever get that? That's the small thinking,
Yeah.
because you're thinking, how do I go get more money? But when the flip is you shouldn't be thinking, how do I go get more money? That money should be working for you, not you being a slave to it all the way through. So when you're thinking about being bigger, thinking about doing it, I love this idea of, what if you had infinite resources? What if you had just an abundance of resources? What would happen? Because that is setting a massive vision. And then it's now start taking action. What must I do to create that massive vision?
Yeah, and you lovers of manifestation know the how is not your worry. You need to let
Mm,
the how out of your head and just take the actions towards the vision. Create that vision in the biggest way possible, and then stop worrying about how it's going to happen. Those resources are there. They're available to everybody, right? So yeah, and I know everybody listening to the high vibe stuff is definitely a believer in the law of attraction, manifestation. So hey, if you're a believer in it, let's start doing it. And it's the mindset practice. We're gonna start to sound boring about that, but I know I need reminders every day.
right, right. And we'll do a whole episode on goals, because I think Laura and I will have a very
Goals. Did you just
fun.
say that word?
I know, you guys are going to learn really quick. I hate the word goals. But when you set this vision, I'm going to be very focused on, let's start setting those micro milestones that you can start moving towards to get your business moving forward. But a great exercise, and Laura gave it to you, is, what is that abundance, lifestyle? What is, if everything was, coming to you, had endless amount of cash flow, everything, what would be that business or life? What would it look like? And then, for me, I keep that message on my phone. So I have a really cool vision. It's 10,000 lives. I want to touch 10,000 lives and help touch 100. And the reason I have that vision is because that gets me a million lives. You know how much I can impact this world with a million lives?
That's awesome.
So when you have a massive vision and you start telling people about it, you start manifesting that vision. So what I
Yes.
want you to think about, guys, is, what is that big, massive vision in your life? How are you going to impact the world? What problem are you going to solve? What are you creating? What are you doing that's going to be the game changer?
Yes,
And
and write it and speak it out loud, like Donnie said. If it's not out loud, it's not real. So the
yeah,
more you talk about it, even if you're afraid to talk about it at first, the more you talk about it, the better.
yeah. So what I would love is, come find us, on Facebook or anything, and tell us what's your vision. Start with, come visit the Facebook group, the High Vibe, business Facebook group. I get it. It's a paid group. I know we talk about it, but come in there and tell us what your vision is. Let us be, part of that launch pad of your vision for your business, so that you can start speaking out loud. And it's also very helpful to have somebody else going, man, you could think that so much bigger if you wanted to.
Yes. Try it for a month, you guys. You can be immersed in this kind of badassery every day. Oh my gosh. Right? And a community of fellow entrepreneurs who are all stepping it up in the high vibe realm and grabbing each other's hands and really doing it together, because you can do it alone, but you don't have to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So as we come to the end of this episode, Miss Laura, any last words you'd want to throw at them on having their high vibe vision?
Go big, you guys. Go bigger than what feels comfortable.
I love that. I love that. Step into it, guys, because this is your rodeo. This is your life. This is that time. Let's get after it and get some big things done. So if you'll do us a favor, guys, if you got any value whatsoever out of this group, if you would leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts, that would be just everything to us. It's really the lifeblood of everything we do with this show. If you have a friend that you think should hear these words of encouragement to everything we're talking about, please share it out to them. And Laura, where do they go to visit the website?
Yes, yourhighvibebiz.com, you guys. Yourhighvibebiz.com. We'll see you over there.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate you.